Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Samprasiddhi Sports Stadio here in Bengaluru. The plate finale between Andhra and Telangana just getting underway. Saksham on strike there. The first one has been dispatched towards the point region, but an awkward bounce over there, and the ball crosses over the line for 4 runs. No ball as well. Satish in charge of operations from the Samprasiddhi Sports Stadio end. Free hit coming up over here. And this has been just pulled away towards the long off. A very uppish shot, but there's no fielder there. And Saksham getting another boundary. And this has been just pulled away towards the toss and electing to bat. Off to a rousing start here. 2 boundaries already. Saksham appearing in great touch from the very beginning. And let's see what Satish can do to curb this attacking intent that Saksham has been showing. Here he comes in and bowls. Outside the off stump over there and driven towards the cover. Fielded there by Kranti Kumar, and there's no question of any run. The ball going straight to him, and he picks it up without any problems over there. The ball back in the hands of Satish. Wicketkeeper Yashwant over there. A slip, a gully, point, cover. A long off. A bid on. A short fine leg. This time again converted into a full toss and just cut away to the third man fence. There's a fielder chasing it, but he won't be able to get to it. And that's another boundary. So 3 boundaries already in the very, very first over for Telangana, with Muralidhar, the other opening partner for Saksham. And here comes Satish. Bowls almost couldn't do it. A full toss and cut away nicely, but straight to the fielder at short third man. Picked up there and returned. There's no question of any run over there. Telangana off to a great start in this plate finale. In comes Satish and bowls from the Samprasiddhi Sports Stadio end, and Saksham goes forward to it, converts it into a full toss and drives towards the past the mid-on fielder over there. But in any way, case the Stadio end, and Saksham goes forward to it, case a full toss and drives, unable to prevent the ball from going over the line. And another boundary for this attacking opening batsman from Telangana. $17 for no loss. The Telangana total. 4 boundaries and an extra. The form of a no ball. In goes Satish and bowls. Well picked up to the Saksham goes forward, gets to the pitch of that ball and pushes it into the cover straight to Kranti Kumar, and that's the end of an over, the out of the over. Expensive 17 runs coming off the very first over, with Saksham getting 4 boundaries in that. All of them struck towards the third man in the long off region. He also got a lucky boundary at the long on fence with a mess up there by the Andhra fielder, and the ball just crossed the ropes. So that now brings Muralidhar on to a strike over there. And let's see who's going to open the bowling from the pavilion end. I think it's Manidhar. He's been normally doing that. Yes, it is Manidhar. Manidhar getting ready to send down the first over from the pavilion end as the skipper hands the ball to him. We have a gully, a slip, point cover, extra cover, a mid off, a mid on, a man on the mid wicket fence, a square leg. The left-hander Muralidhar having a good look at the field. Set there by Manidhar. 17 runs of the first over as Manidhar goes away from us and bowls from the pavilion end. The first ball of the over outside the off stump, well pitched up to the batsman. Wide, says the umpire. Muralidhar goes for a slash outside the off stump. Does not get a touch. Nevertheless, 1 run added to the extras. 18 for no loss. Telangana. $16 to Manidhar, 2 extras. To Saksham, I beg your pardon. Manidhar this time, the ball pitching at a good length, rising appreciably. Muralidhar pushing it on towards the short third man region, point short third man region. No question of any run over there. Manidhar preparing to bowl from the pavilion end. Facing him is the left-handed Muralidhar. Goes in and bowls. Well pitched up to the batsman, driven along the ground over there towards mid-on. And before the throw-in could come in, the batsman crossover for a quick single. And which brings the attacking Saksham on strike. Slammed 4 boundaries in the previous over. And let's see what he has got to offer as he faces $19 for no loss, the total. Muralidhar opening his account, the previous delivery with a single. Saksham batting on 16. Looking around as the field changes over for the right-hander this time. A slip, shot gully, a point cover, and this has been tapped into the point region. The ball rising appreciably after pitching. Saksham content to push it with the full face of the bat towards the point region. No run to the total, which remains on 19 for 1. In goes Manidhar and bowls. Well pitched up outside the off stump, and Saksham in a bit of a bother over there. Was in 2 minds. how to negotiate that, but lucky for him, the ball just hastened away after pitching right into the gloves of the wicket keeper. Manidhar again, right arm over the wicket. Once again, a well pitched up delivery. Saksham goes for a mighty heave over there. Fails to make contact. Lucky not to get a touch over there. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them in catching positions in the arc between gully and point. A touch could have carried the ball to any one of them, but that wasn't to be. Lucky for Saksham and Telangana as Manidhar bowls again. This time a short pitch delivery, and this has been just guided away very gently, but a brilliant stop over there. Cover point. That's the end of the over. Sri Krishna, the fielder there, I think. Yes, he's been doing a superb job in the tournament so far, bringing off some stunning stoppages. That's the end of the over. So after 2 overs, Telangana 19 for no loss. Saksham on 16, Murali on 1. Satish to continue operations. I think from the Samprasiddhi Sports Stadio end. A cool morning, bright sunshine. A nicely laid out carpet over here at the Samprasiddhi Sports Stadio. All green outfield. Looking very tempting and attractive for anyone to play the game. A lot of greenery around as well. A picturesque venue. Looks like there's a bowling change at the far end. Yes, so Satish has been taken off after that bowling he got from Saksham in the first over. Lakshmikant in charge of operations. He comes in and bowls. Slightly short pitch outside the off stump. And the left-handed Muralidhar tries to fend it away on the offside. Fails to make contact into the hands of the wicketkeeper, Yashwant. Slight change in the field over there at that slashed effort. The captain, Krantik Kumar, bringing himself at point. Virtually an attempt to york the batsman. Digging the ball out of his block hole is Murali. Pushes it on the offside towards mid-off over there. Fielded and returned back to Lakshmikant. Vijay Naidu, the fielder. Lakshmikant comes in and bowls once again outside the off stump. The ball keeping a trifle low. And Murali tries to cut it away on the offside. Does not make contact. Lucky for him. 19 for no loss. Things quieting down a little after the flurry of boundaries in the first over. And this time Murali does well to play it off his pads into the vacant fine leg region for 4 runs. Between the wicketkeeper and short fine, there's no question of that ball. And Murali getting his first boundary of the innings. That takes Telangana on to 23 for no loss. As I was telling you, things certainly quieting down a little after the flurry of strokes from Saksham in the first over. But Murali picking up the tempo once again with this boundary. And this time has been patted away towards the mid-on region, picked up and returned, but only a single to Telangana as the two of them cross over comfortably. The field changing over for the right-hander, Saksham. Facing Lakshmikant for the first time. And let's see what tricks he has up his sleeve. as he deals with this right arm medium pacer. Not a very, very big run up there for Lakshmikant. Quite accurate bowler. Able to maintain a good line and length most of the time. He comes in and bowls. A rising ball and has been just slashed away past the third band region for 4 runs. Saksham on fire. 5th boundary for him. "28 without loss." Saksham moves up to 20 from 12 deliveries. Murali on 6 from 7. Telangana moving up to 28 without loss. So every time Saksham is on strike, expectations run high over here. Possibility of a boundary or a 6, and he's not disappointed anyone so far. In the short period of time that he's been there at the wicket, a lot more in prospect. Certainly. 28 for no loss. Mahindar in charge of operations from the pavilion end. And let's see what he can do to keep the Telangana batters quiet. As he prepares his run up, but not quite happy over there. The umpire signaling for something over there. Perhaps all set for Manidhar to commence a fresh over from the pavilion end. And he goes and bowls, and this has been just lofted. An uppish drive over there, but straight towards Lakshmikant at mid-off by Murali, the left-hander, picking it up on the rise and driving uppishly, no doubt, but well beyond the reach of Lakshmikant, who managed to cut it off. Gives away only a single. That brings the dashing, marauding Saksham once again on strike as the field changes over for the right-hander. A lone slip, a shot, third man, point, cover point, covers, and this has been slashed away past the point fielder for 4 runs. One more boundary there from the blade of this aggressive batter, Saksham for Telangana. 33 without loss, the total. We are into the 4th over, the second being bowled there by Manidhar from the pavilion end, and Saksham moves up to 24 from 13 deliveries. Saksham certainly has been on a very, very aggressive mode. A flurry of boundaries coming from his blade, and let's see what he does it this time. Well pitched up to the batsman, he pushes it down into the point region, and they go for a very quick single, and there could be overthrows over here as they come back for the second run. That throw from Sri Krishna missing the stumps, and the 4 has been backed up there on the far side. The 2 of them had time enough to go through for another run. So 2 runs coming out there for Telangana, who are now 35 for no loss. Saksham moves up 26. Murali on 7. Andhra finding it difficult to contain the flow of runs. Manidhar has 3 more deliveries in this over, the fourth of the first power play of 6 overs. All set as Manidhar goes away and bowls. Well pitched up, and this is once again been cut away. Saksham goes forward to it. The ball takes the outer edge of the bat and just runs away to the third man fence for 4 runs. 39 for no loss. Saksham giving a brilliant display of attacking batsmanship. The Andhra bowlers finding it difficult to come up with a field placement to keep Saksham quiet. He's been bisecting every field that has been set by either the bowlers, Manidhar or Satish, or Lakshmikant, the 3 of them that we have seen in action so far in this innings. Manidhar comes in and bowls once again. A short pitch delivery turned away on the leg side, but towards the short square leg, the bowler running across to do his own fielding. That's the end of the over. Lakshmikant in charge of operations from the Samprasiddhi Sports Estadio end. 39 for no loss. This ball, the first one from Lakshmikant on the off stump, coming up a little, and Murali goes forward to it, pushes it into the vacant mid-off region. The bowler comes charging in to do his own fielding. Nevertheless, time enough for the 2 of them to scamper across for a very, very cheeky single. Saksham called for it, and the response from Murali was also equally good. Both of them making it to their creases without any problems. The total going up to 40 for no loss. The 5th over of the innings in progress. 40 for no loss. The Telangana total. As Lakshmikant prepares to send down the next delivery from the Samprasiddhi Sports Estadio end, he comes and bowls. Well pitched up to the batsman. Saksham goes forward to it. The ball takes the outer edge and trickles down towards point over there. Satish, the fielder, picks it up and returns. No question of any run over there. Andhra trying to dislodge this partnership, which is assuming dangerous proportions. And here comes a superb shot there from Saksham as he goes down on one knee and just cuts it away past the cordon of fielders on the offside there between point and short third man for 4 runs. 44 for no loss. "44 for no loss." Absolutely superb batting there by Saksham. Muralidhar content to keep his end up, take the possible singles, try and give Saksham the strike. Right now he is on, I don't know, on striker's end, batting on 9 from 9. Lakshmikant comes in and bowls once again outside the off stump, a good length delivery, dug away by the batter Saksham towards the cover region, picked up there by Krantik Kumar. No addition to the total. 44 for no loss. 4.4 overs gone. All the fours on the score sheet at the moment. A full toss has been slammed away by Saksham as he picks it up very nicely to the point boundary for 4 runs. That was easy pickings for sure. Lakshmikant straying in line and length, and the ball a very loose delivery, getting the treatment it deserved. 48 for no loss. Saksham moving up to 38, and the Telangana total approaching the 50-run mark. 48 for no loss. The Andhra team clearly at their wits' end to stop the flow of runs. But certainly the bowling not as effective as it has been in the previous matches, and this has once again been slashed away towards the third man region, but straight to the fielder over there. But time enough for the two of them to cross over for another single. That's the end of the over. 49 for no loss after 5 overs. And at this juncture, I welcome my colleague Ibris to give you his impressions of what Saksham and Murali are up to. Yes, Ibris.
Very good morning to everybody. Very good morning, sir. It's a good game here. The plate finale between two good teams, Telangana and Team Andhra Pradesh. Toss was won by the skipper of Team Telangana and elected to bat first. There's no hesitation there. 6 overs. In fact, 5 overs completed. 49 without loss. 1 more over remaining in the power play. Let's see if they can get some more boundaries here. Saksham going very well here this morning at Samprasiddhi Sports Stadium. Striking the ball very well. Getting some boundaries under his belt. These two have put up a good little partnership here in the power play. Bowler taking some time here to get his field right. Back of length delivery, played it softly towards the fielder. The skipper of Telangana would be quite happy right now with the kind of start they've got. It's an ideal start. They're hoping that they continue for another few overs with a similar manner. Of course, the last over of power play should be able to get some boundaries here. Tucked it away for a single. Good delivery from Maninder. Team Andhra Pradesh fielding unit. Don't think this if they're switched on yet. You can understand that they've been playing matches in a row. In fact, they've been playing for 4 days in a row now. With that single 50 up on the board for Team Telangana. 50 in the power play. The captain would be happy to take that. Maninder. Pitched up delivery. Murali looking a bit tentative here. Word from the dugout to Murali is to concentrate and focus much better, as he missed out on a over-pitch delivery. Maninder struck it well, struck it beautifully. Just past the fielder. He got a hand to it, but couldn't manage to hold on to it. That is a good strike, I can tell you that. The fielder did well. Stripes jersey today. They've gone in with all red. 57 without loss in the... That's been cut away and into the hands of the fielder there. Wicket number 1 goes down for Team Telangana, and it is celebration time for the bowler and Team Andhra Pradesh picking up the first wicket here. 57 for the loss of 1 wicket in the power play. 1 ball remaining. In fact, that's the end of the over. So that brings us to the end of a very interesting power play. Team Telangana 57 for 1. 6 overs completed, losing the wicket of Saksham on the very last delivery of the power play. It was a good strike, but the only thing is he couldn't keep it down. Played it straight into the hands of the fielder at point. And the new batsman walked out to the centre. The new batsman who's walked out to the centre is Sai. Murli and Sai, the 2 batsmen out there in the centre, will be trying to consolidate the innings here from now on. We're done with the power play. The field is going to be spread here. They have to try and milk runs here. Get the momentum going on, which has been set up by Saksham. Taking some time here to set the field, set the bowlers, the skipper. Understandably, it's the finale of the South India's Advocate Cricket Club cricket tournament, the 2nd edition. Deva is the new bowler introduced into the attack. Still changing things around here. Bit of a delay here from the fielding team captain. Trying to shuffle his fielders around. Here we go, after a long delay. Deva bowls it down the leg side. It will only be a single. And that is going to be called a leg by the umpire. The new batsman Sai on strike now, facing Deva. Going to be interesting to see how he plays this innings here. Oh, good delivery, trying to play the late cut there. Last minute shot, I could see that. Getting beaten on that occasion. Got to get his innings going on quickly. Oh, good delivery from Deva. Getting a little bit of a purchase from the wicket there. Some bounce for him, troubling the batsman, putting a little bit of a doubt in the batsman's mind. Should I play that shot or should I play forward? Straight away, he comes forward to play the ball. Played it back to the bowler. A dot ball there. A couple of dot balls in the over so far. It's a good over from Deva. Can he finish it off well? 2 deliveries remaining in this over. Cut away towards the fielder at deep point. Will only be a single, but it's been a very good over from Deva so far. Just conceded 2 runs of it. 1 was leg by. But other than that, the most important thing is that he's bowled a right line. He's bowled a good length. He's ensured that he's kept things tight here. Another ball remaining in this over to complete the 7th over. 59 for 1, Team Telangana. Good delivery, another dot ball to finish off the over. Polite appeal there. Umpire says not out. Says carry on with the game. That brings us to the end of over number 7. 59 for 1, Team Telangana. Another change in the bowling. It's going to be Sri Krishna into the attack now from the pavilion end. He's going to be bowling to Sai. 59 for 1 after the completion of 7 overs. It's an important phase of the game here. The 6th over to the 12th over. Try to get the innings going on here, especially the new batter Sai. Oh, fantastic delivery. Drew the batsman forward. Got beaten completely. And that will definitely put a bit of a doubt in the batsman's mind. Getting a bit of a turn, beating the outside edge. Short pitch delivery, cut away for a single. The 8th over of the innings of Team Telangana, 60 for 1. Trying to adjust the field accordingly. With the left hand, right hand combination, it becomes difficult for the captain and the bowler to set the field here. Murali, the left-hander, on strike now. What is going on in his mind? 14 of 14 deliveries. Got his eye in now. Has to get a move on at some point of time. Short pitch delivery, turned that around, tucked it away for a single. Like I mentioned, he's been out there for 15 deliveries, almost 3 overs. He's got his eye in. He understands what the pitch is doing, how the ball is coming onto the bat. So we should be seeing some aggressive batting from Murali anytime soon. Sri Krishna asking the fielder at the boundary line, Lakshmikant, to stay on the line, not to come in 10 yards ahead. Flighted delivery, played that nicely. Played that on the onside, gets a top edge. They should be coming back for the second run. And they do. Good batting from Sai. Just understanding that there's no fielder there, so he played that shot quite well. Would have loved it if he would have got a boundary on that occasion, but wasn't so. Just a couple of runs. He'd be happy with that. Just making sure that they keep themselves busy there, the batters, ensuring that the scorecard is moving along. They should be looking to score at least 140 to 150 here. Short pitch delivery. Walked back on the back foot and punched it down to long off for a single. And with that single, that brings us to the end of over number 8. Team Telangana 64 for 1. Deva to continue from the Hajj Bhavan end. He's going to be bowling to Sai. Oh, that is struck beautifully down on one knee. And he struck it very well there. Over wide of long gone. That is a sixer. Fantastic hit by Sai. It was a pitched up delivery. He got down on one knee and struck it beautifully. That is a great result here for Team Telangana. And brings a lot of confidence for the batsman, Sai. Another pitched up delivery, driven it down the ground. Kranti gets a hand on it. Will only be a single on that occasion. 70 for 1 now in the 9th over. Great going here from Team Telangana. Murli, can he get into the act as well? Or is he playing the anchor's role to play the complete 20 overs with the risk-free cricket? Oh, good delivery. In fact, wide signal by the umpire. It pitched and got a little bit of a bounce there, extra bounce. Good job by the keeper. Only is got this little routine that he does before playing every single delivery. Full toss, played it down the ground. Single. 72 for 1 now in the 9th over of this innings. The 73 for 1 correction. Sai and Murli batting together, putting a little bit of a partnership together. Good signs here for Team Telangana. They can continue this for another 4 or 5 overs. They'll be close to a 100 runs mark, and then they can accelerate. Short pitch delivery, pull that away. Will only be a single again. Last ball of the over. Murli with his routine. Getting the inside edge there. No run on that occasion. Dot ball to finish off the over number 9. Team Telangana 74 for the loss of 1 wicket. It's going to be a change in the commentary box. It's going to be Mr. Shri who's going to be back into the comment box.
Thank you,
Welcome, sir.
After the departure of Saksham, certainly the rate of scoring coming down a little. Nevertheless, Telangana moving up to 74 for 1. The opener, Murli, still around there with 18 of 18 balls. Sai Keat, 13 of 12. So, as we approach the halfway mark, the score reading 74 for the loss of 1 wicket. Certainly, Telangana will need to improve their scoring rate if they are to set up a good total for Andhra, because Andhra have got a very good batting lineup, no doubt about that. So a score somewhere in the region of 150, 160 could be very challenging for the team. So Telangana also have a couple of good quality bowlers to make sure that they make Andhra fight every inch of the way. And let's see what happens. It's going to be Sri Krishna in charge of operations, bowling the 10th over of the innings. Slightly short pitched and has been just slammed towards the vacant extra cover region. Before the ball is picked up and thrown back to him, the two of them crossing over for a single, which brings the left-handed Murli on strike. The field changing over. Kranti Kumar moving up from his position in the covers to the offside on the far side there at mid-off now. He stations himself. A lone man in the slip region. A point. A mid-off. Lakshmikant on the extra cover fence. The offside, we have a square leg backed up by a deep square leg. Man on the mid-wicket fence. And a long on. Sri Krishna goes away from us and bowls. Pitched up to the batsman. Played on the rise into the cover region. Picked up there by Lakshmikant. A very active runner on the field. Giving away just a single. Once again, the field changing over for the right-handed Sai Keat. Telangana moving up to 76 for 1. And let's see what Sri Krishna has on offer here. Comes in and bowls and has been punched away into the extra cover region. Once again, just a single. The ball travels quite fast. This pacey outfield over here. Nevertheless, the two of them have time enough to cross over for a single. And once again, the field changing over for the left-handed Murli. Murli on 17 from 19 deliveries. Sai Keat on 15 from 14. Murli surveying the field over there to see where he could pick up a gap. Let's see what he does. Sri Krishna slightly over-pitched and the ball has been played slightly uppishly towards the point region. The ball kept a little low. Murli wanted to drive, changed his mind, but the ball just taking the outrage and lobbing down there. Lucky for him, there's no fielder close by. He's very much there to face this next delivery from Sri Krishna. Right arm over the wicket, goes in and bowls. He's been punched away towards the long on region, but straight to the fielder over there. Another single, and again the field changing over virtually after every delivery and every single, bringing the right-handed Sai Keat again on strike. 78 for 1. Cut away nicely to the vacant point region. Picked up there and return. Another single coming up Telangana's way as they move up to 79 for 1 at the end of 10 overs. So at the halfway mark, it's 79 for 1. Another 80 plus runs certainly in the offing. What with 9 wickets still in hand. $79 for the loss of 1 wicket. The Telangana total is going to be Devanand, I think, again in charge of operations from the far end. The Samprasiddhi Sports Stereo end or the Hajj Bhavan end. Comes in and bowls. Slightly short of length over there and turned away past the fielder over there. But stopped on the line by Suri. And the two of them get two runs over there. 81 for 1. Murli moves on to 18 from 21. Wide call by the umpire. This one well outside the off stump and going further away. Saikir attempting to play that shot but refraining at the last moment. And this one turned away on the leg side there. To wait for the umpire signal. Rajkumar chasing that, but they have just a single. Murli charging almost towards the halfway of the wicket for the second run, but rightly sent back by Saikir. 84 for 1. The total. Again, a wide delivery, this time outside the leg stump for the left-hander. Going further away. 85 for 1. The total moving up. We are in the 11th over of the innings. Looks like it's going to be a long over. Over the wicket this time, he pushes it into the cover region. Saik is wanting a single, and that throw from Manidhar going wide there, but once again the two of them wanting a single and then being sent back. A lot of confusion over here, but nevertheless both of them inside their creases, quite safe there as Murli prepares to take strike from Devanand. Well flatted, pitched up to the batsman, driven to the covers, fielded nicely there by Manidhar, who goes down to his right and ensures that the ball doesn't pass him. Devanand getting ready once again. Murli this time tries to convert it into a full forward to it. The ball just gets a touch and drops down to the crease. Picked up by the wicketkeeper Yashwant. No addition to the total, no damage done either. And this time outside the off stump, we've been cut away, but can't be. Batty, the fielder, at short third man, came charging in to stop that shot. 86 for 1 the total. Once again attempt by Murli to drives square of the wicket, doesn't get a touch. That's the end of the over. So after 11 overs, the Telangana total moves up to 86 for the loss of 1 wicket. Saiki on 18 from 20, Murali on 19 from 22. Fairly good going by any standards. At the halfway mark, they're almost reaching the 90-run mark. Another 80 or 90 runs certainly in prospect. The remaining 9 overs. And let's see if this is going to be a bowling change. Yes, it is. There is a bowling change. The captain, Kranti Kumar himself, taking charge of operations from the pavilion end in place of Sri Krishna, who is now being asked to take charge of the cover region. A very good fielder, no doubt. Sri Krishna moving up to the backward point region. One, two, three, four on the offside. 5, in fact. One on the long off fence. Kranti Kumar, the captain, goes in and bowls. A flighted delivery driven straight to the mid-off region there by Chandrasekhar Reddy, the fielder, but he loses his balance as he stops that ball. The ball ricochets off his hands, and time enough for the two of them to cross over for a single. That single brings the total to 87 for the loss of 1 wicket, and also brings the left-handed Murali on strike, necessitating a change in field. Kranti Kumar switching the ever-agile Sri Krishna to the point region on the other side of for the left-hander. He's now stationed him in the covers. A man on the deep square leg fence, another on the mid-wicket fence, the third one on the long on boundary. And let's see what Murali has to offer to this one. Pitched up outside the off stump over there. Straying a little in line is the Andhra captain Kranti. Hits straight to the fielder over there. Sri Krishna, no question of a run over there. Kranti comes in and bowls. Flighted delivery, and Murali goes for a big one over here. Misses it completely, and Yashwant has the bails off in a flash. And the decision has been referred to the third umpire. Murali is out, stumped. Good piece of stumping there by wicketkeeper Yashwant. So Telangana losing their second wicket. 87 for the loss of 2 wickets. A flighted delivery from the captain. Murali went for a big hit. The ball turned in, beat the bat, and Lakshmikant doing the rest. Yashwant, I beg your pardon, doing the rest. So 87 for the loss of. Captain Shashidhar goes in and comes out, facing the first ball from Kranti Kumar, his opposite number in the Andhra team, came up with an uppish shot towards the long on, and Lakshmikant having no difficulty in running in and bringing off an easy catch. So Telangana losing their third wicket. '87 for 3 in the 12th over. 2 more deliveries remaining for Kranti Kumar, the Andhra captain, picking up 2 wickets here. Murali stumped by the wicketkeeper, and Shashidhar, the captain, being caught there in the deep by Lakshmikant. 87 for 3. Interesting to see what tactics or strategy Telangana will adopt to set up a good total. Two more deliveries to go in the 12th over of the innings. Kranti Kumar comes in and bowls from the pavilion end. A flighted delivery again and dispatched once again. Nicely this time by Anjan, and the 2 crossover for a single. Saikit over there. Saikit digging it away towards the long on region. '88 for 3, the total at the end of 12 overs. Devanand in charge of operations again from the Samprati Sports Stadio end or the Hajj Bhavan end. On strike is Saikit. Comes in and bowls slightly short pitch delivery outside the off stump and driven to long off the back foot, but only a single to Lakshmikant. A very agile fielder on the field in every match. Brought off some good catches, saved a lot of runs for his team. Devanand again to the new man in Anjan, their new ball bowler, who normally opens the attack. Devanand to Anjan outside the off stump. Anjan shoulders arms, the ball goes to the wicketkeeper, Yashwant. The ball jumping up a little after pitching. Devanand again. This time a little short pitch there and turned away towards the mid-wicket region. There's no fielder close by. Time enough to go across for a very, very easy single. The total moving up to 89 for the loss of 3 wickets. Devanand again. And this has been dispatched with the wiggle this time over there to the long on fence for 4 runs. Saikir picked it up on the rise and just slammed it past the field over there for 4 runs. So that brings Telangana on to 95 for 3. They will surely need a lot more of this stuff from Saikir. Looking very confident though. And this time he's bowled him. He's bowled him. This delivery from Devanand pitched on the leg stump, kept a little low. Saikir went for the drive again, missed it completely, not judging the bounce on the ball, and his wickets have been dislodged. So Telangana losing their 4th wicket, 95 for the loss of 4 wickets. 12.5 overs gone, 1 more ball remaining in the 13th over. Certainly, Andhra getting some very, very useful wickets over here to curtail what would possibly be the total that they would have to chase. Nevertheless, with 6 more wickets remaining, Telangana could surely hope to touch about 150 or so. And let's see how much they are able to build on the momentum. Siddharth, the wicketkeeper, joining Anjan at the wicket. 95 for 4. Good piece of bowling there by Devanand. Foxed the batsman completely. Change of line and length. Siddharth gets ready to face the next one. The last ball of the 13th over from the far end. Here he is, once again outside the off stump, and just a gentle nudge. The ball taking the outer edge and going towards the first slip over there. Fielded and returned back to the bowler. End of the over. 95 for 4. $95 for 4. The total. A new pair at the wicket for Telangana. Anjan and Siddharth. Of course, off the mark, having scored 2 runs of the 3 deliveries he's faced. Kranti Kumar, the captain, in charge of the attack from the pavilion end. On strike there is Anjan with the blue cap. Goes in and bowls. Very well flatted delivery there on the leg stump. Turned away towards mid-on, but as Lakshmikant comes charging in from a deeper position and returns only a single. Telangana inching their way towards the 3-figure mark. 96 for 4 at the moment. 13.1 overs gone. Kranti Kumar, who picked up 2 wickets the previous over, getting ready to send down the second delivery of this over from the pavilion end. In he goes and bowls. Again a flatted delivery, turned away nicely towards the square leg region before the fielder from a deeper position could come and pick it up and throw in. The batsman go through for a single. Siddharth wanting the second, but Anjan in no mood to oblige him, and quite rightly so, as the throw came straight to the wicket-keeper. The ever-agile Yashwant doing a good job for his team behind the wickets. Yassi Breeze, what do you think of the situation Telangana are in at the moment?
As you speak, a boundary there, bit of a misfield there. Lapse of concentration by the fielder of team Andhra with that boundary 100 up on the board. We're in the 14th over of this innings of team Telangana. Kranti, the skipper of Andhra Pradesh, continuing to bowl slightly quicker this time on the leg side. Good work by the keeper. Wide signal by the umpire. Score moving on to 102 for 4 in the 14th over. It's a very good start here for Team Telangana. They just need to capitalize the start that they've got and continue with the runs for the next few overs and get the onslaught in the death overs. A flighted delivery decides to play that of the back foot. Will only be a single on that occasion. Getting the fielders in the right place here. Kranti Kumar got 3 fielders down on the leg side, deep mid wicket. Country and long gone. Another flighted delivery, played that delicately. A sweep shot there will allow him to come back for the second. No. Good call in the end. Anjan, the batsman, saying no for the second run. It would have been a suicidal run out if they would have tried to take the second run there. But a nice looking shot. But because there's no pace on the ball, so that's the reason why the ball didn't have the legs to go to the boundary. Oh, another flighted delivery. Very well bowled. Threw the batsman forward, and in the end he had to check his shot because there were 2 fielders on the onside. If he would have continued to go ahead and play the big shot there. Anyway, that brings us to the end of over number 14. 104 for the loss of 4. 6 overs remaining in this innings of Team Telangana. They'll be hoping for at least 50 runs of the last 6 overs. Will get them to 154. They've used 6 bowlers so far, and the most successful bowler is the skipper Kranti Kumar, picking up 2 wickets. And the batter is Saksham, doing bulk of the scoring, with scored 40 runs there. And continuing, these 2 batsmen should be able to get another few big hits in this partnership to continue with the momentum that they've gained. Starting off with the 15th over, it's going to be Sri Krishna who's going to be bowling now from the Haj Bhavan end. They're taking some time here to adjust the field setting. Taking some time to get the fielders in the right positions, making sure that they've got the boundary line fielders in place, those who can run fast and catch well at the boundary line. Sri Krishna, here we go. Flighted delivery, played it in the air. Kranti coming around and he collects it. He takes a very good catch at long on to dismiss the bat. The new batsman who's walked out to the centre, Raghavendra, is going to be batting along with Anjan. And Sri Krishna, it's a good wicket that he's taken here. Will help his team bring the run rate down here. Again, taking a lot of time here to set the field and continue to bowl. Slightly short of length. Tucked it away for a single down towards the square leg. I can understand the fielders, the players of this tournament are feeling the heat here. It's not just the heat, but also knowing the fact that they've played back-to-back games here. Played 4 days in a row. Team Andhra Pradesh and Telangana as well. Takes a toll on the body. 105 for 5, Team Telangana. This is the plate finale of this South India's Advocate Cricket Cup. A big hit, fielder coming around it, should be able to take that. Oh, he puts it down. He set himself up well. He reached the ball and just went through his hands there. Deva, the fielder, at long off. He seemed very comfortable that he's going to take that catch quite comfortably, but in the end, just pierced through his hands. That's in the air, will fall safe. Very fortunate there for the batters and unfortunate for Sri Krishna. Could have been his second wicket here in the last 2 deliveries. Oh, goes at it. Misses. Keeper does a good job. That brings us to the end of over number 15. Team Telangana 107 for the loss of 5 wickets. Correction, 107 for 5, 15 overs completed. This is the plate finale of the South India's Advocates Cricket Tournament, the second edition happening here at Samprasiddhi Sports Stadium. Match between Andhra Pradesh versus Team Telangana. Skipper of Telangana winning the toss and electing to bat first. They're on 108 for 5 now in the 16th over. 29 deliveries remaining in this innings of Team Telangana. They'd be hoping for at least another 40 runs or so. Raghavendra and Anjan, the 2 batters out there in the centre, facing the very slow bowling of Kranti Kumar, the skipper of Team Andhra Pradesh. He's got success in this tournament, bowling the flighted deliveries, batsmen going after it and perishing. Oh, another good delivery, very good delivery that was once again. Yet another flighted delivery. This time punch of the back foot down to long off for a single. Very tricky bowler he is, Kranti Kumar. You've got to be absolutely sure if you're going to strike him out of the ground. Try to get a big hit in. On most occasions he holds the length back as well when he flies the delivery. Oh, this time the batsman coming around the off stump. And wide signal by the umpire as it slided away down the leg side. Wait and smash is the word from the dugout. Another flighted delivery. Oh, that is beat the batsman's bat and the stumps there. Very fortunate. Karthik Kumar cannot believe that. How it missed the stumps. Reckon there's going to be another flighted delivery, or is it going to be a faster one? Another flighted delivery, and this time the reverse sweep comes in play, and that is the boundary which is enjoyed by the dugout of Team Telangana. A good shot there. You realize that there's no fielder on the boundary line on the offside behind point, and he connected that, executed that shot very well, and result is a boundary. 1-1-4 for 5, Team Telangana. Looking to up the ante here, get the runs on the board. Oh, good delivery from Kranti Kumar to finish off the over. That brings us to the end of over number 16. Team Telangana 1-1-4 for the loss of 5 wickets. Change in the commentary box. It's going to be Mr. Sri.
Thank you, Breeze. I think it's going to be Sri Krishna once again in charge of the attack from the far end. Yes, it is. Well pitched up outside the off stump, pushed into the vacant point region. And another superb shot there from Raghvendra, and the ball just sails over the long off fielder there for 6. A superb shot there from Raghvendra, the new man, quite tall and lanky. 120 for the loss of 5 wickets. Picked it up very well and just smashed it away. In comes Sri Krishna again, the ball on the middle and off stump, turning away from the batsman. An attempt by Raghvendra to play it square of the wicket, but fails to get a touch. Sri Krishna again, and he's bowled him. He's bowled him. Change of line and length, a well pitched up delivery. Raghvendra went forward without getting to the pitch of the ball. Tried to slam him again, missed it completely, the ball keeping low as well, and had his stumps shattered. So Telangana losing their 6th wicket, 120 for 6 at the moment. We are into the 17th over of the innings. A total of 150 or so seem to be in prospect, but now it looks a little doubtful whether they will be able to get to that figure. 120 for the loss of 6 wickets. Anjan taking a couple of boundaries and batting quite confidently at the moment at the wicket. Being joined this time there by tussle in prospect here, and the batter Anjan getting the better of this the bowler here on the 2 occasions. So the total jumping up to 132 for the loss of 6 wickets. One more lofted shot over there. A fielder getting underneath it. Yes, he's out. Lakshmikant, the fielder, making no mistake with 3 catches that have come his way, gripping everything. And Anjan, after hitting 2 sixes, at this juncture, as Anjan walks back to the pavilion, we are joined in the commentary box by the Telangana captain, Shashidhar. Welcome to the commentary position, Mr. Shashidhar. What do you think of this tournament?
Tournament organized by the VR group, Arvind sir, and we are glad that we are participated in this tournament. And the tournament players are enjoying. Mostly the Telangana team. Thank convey thanks to Arvind Reddy sir.
सर एक सवाल मेरी तरफ से आपको कि तेलंगाना की टीम कैसे इस टूर्नामेंट में आई है, कैसे प्रिपरेशन हुआ है और कैसे सब लोग जेल करके खेल रहे हैं?
तेलंगाना टीम ये पुरानी टीम है, ये नया टीम नहीं है. तो प्लेयर्स खेलते, लीग्स खेलते और जो लोकल कोर्ट्स का टूर्नामेंट्स खेलते, फुल अरेंजमेंट्स के साथ है. प्रोफेशन में है, उसी वजह से प्रोफेशन में ज़्यादा ये करते, तो खेलने में थोड़ा पीछे है, मगर टफ फाइट देंगे. वी आर गोइंग टू विन दिस मैच.
कल भी हम कर्नाटका और प्लेयरों से पूछ रहे थे कि आपका प्रोफेशनल इंटरेस्ट और क्रिकेट इंटरेस्ट कैसे आप संभालते हैं?
Professional interest and cricket interest is equivalent because nowadays, not only nowadays, from the olden days also, the cricket is India's best game. So all the advocates who have been paying every week, they will play the matches. Even in the Telangana and the out of the stations also, they will play. All the tournaments conducted by the various states, they used to play, and we have been playing.
अभी आपको समझिए, आपका एक कोर्ट में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट केस चल रहा है और आपका वहाँ रहना बहुत ज़रूरी है और आपको मैच भी है, तो आप क्या चूज़ करेंगे?
We will engage one more our friend to this represent the matter, and we will go for cricket.
कल एक
बहुत ही बढ़िया आंसर था वो. आई एम श्योर ऑल क्रिकेट लवर्स आर गोना एंजॉय दैट आंसर.
एक बहुत अच्छा कहानी हमारे को कर्नाटका वालों ने सुनाया कि एक जज जो भी क्रिकेट में इंटरेस्ट था, बेल एप्लीकेशन चल रहा था, तो उन्होंने एडवोकेट को बोला कि जाके स्कोर दे के आओ, मैं आपको बेल दे दूंगा. तो ऐसा कुछ हुआ आपसे के साथ?
नहीं, हमारे साथ तो नहीं हुआ है, मगर फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस हम क्रिकेट को देते हैं. उसी वजह से 4-5 दिन पूरा फैमिली को छोड़ के इधर आए से वेरी मच एंजॉयड. थैंक यू वंस अगेन. आई एम सेइंग थैंक यू टू अरविंद सर.
ये टीम में कितने प्लेयर लीग भी खेलते हैं, लीग ऑफिशियल लीग खेलते हैं?
All players are playing official league. SCA institutions will play.
No, do they play for other teams or do they play for only your advocates team which is registered in the league for Telangana?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
Who you think was your most impressive player in this tournament? इसका परफॉर्मेंस आपको बहुत अच्छा लगा?
Telangana or Telangana team. We have 3 to 4 players, strong players, but they have not performed. But Babji and Saksham, Raghu, all played well till now.
श्रीलंका की टीम पहली बार आई है इस टूर्नामेंट में, आपको क्या लगा उनके टीम के बारे में?
हम वो लोग से खेल नहीं सके, हम खेलना चाह रहे थे. और इट इज़ गुड दैट इन दिस कंडीशंस द श्रीलंका विच इज़ फेसिंग, दे आर स्टिल केम हियर एंड इट्स गुड.
और एक आखिरी सवाल हमारी तरफ से कि आप लोग प्रोफेशनल क्रिकेटर्स नहीं हो, प्रोफेशन आपका दूसरा है, बट पैशन से क्रिकेट खेल रहे हैं. कितना डिफिकल्ट है आपको जो 4 days इन अ रो मैचेस खेलना पड़ता है? हाउ डज इट अफेक्ट द बॉडी? कैसे एनर्जी मेंटेन करते हैं?
We enjoy the game. It is not that, and nothing will play like a means. Once we come into the grounds, we all feel like a children. Thank you.
हमने सुना कि दिसंबर में आपका ऑल इंडिया एडवोकेट्स टूर्नामेंट चलने वाला है, आपकी टीम खेलेगी वहाँ पे?
Yeah, we are going to play the match. We have been playing since पुराना जो था एपी एंड तेलंगाना मिक्स थे. उसके बाद जब बाइफर्केशन हो गया, उसके बाद तेलंगाना टीम फॉर्मेशन हुआ.
All the best. Thank you very much for joining us here.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, giving this opportunity.
Thank you so much. That was the skipper from Team Telangana. Thank you so much for spending time here with us in the commentary box. Back to the game here now, sir.
133 for 8, the total. After 18.2 overs, as you were having a chat with the Telangana skipper, Shashi. Interesting observations made by him, taking a lot of positives from this tournament as they prepare to play in the All India Advocates Cricket Tournament coming up sometime in December, to be played, I'm told, in Raipur. So a lot of cricket for these advocates, advocating cricket in a way. $133 for 8. 3 deliveries remaining in this over. Sai Prasad joining Raghu at the wicket. After the fall of Anvesh Reddy, Sai Prasad, and this has been turned away uppishly towards the square leg umpire, but there's no fielder to take advantage of that. It was in the air for some time, but nevertheless, the two of them cross over for a single. 134 for 8 in the total. This, I think, is Lakshmi Kant, who's held 3 simple but good catches, making no mistake. Comes in and bowls, right arm over the wicket, patted down the track over there as Sai Prasad crosses over. Bit of an interference there as Lakshmikant wanted to field the ball, but the non-striker passed him before he could get to the ball. Nevertheless, a comfortable single over there. A well-taken single, in fact. 135 for 8. And this time, Raghu Prasad digs it out, pushes it towards the mid-on region as Chandrasekhar Reddy comes in and knocks the wicket over there. The non-striker's in, but Sai Prasad showing no intention to go for a second run. Lakshmikant again, and this has been cut away uppishly there to the third man region. It should be 4 runs. Yes, there's no fielder there before he could move out from point and pick up the ball. It's only to retrieve it. So that's 4 for Sai Prasad. $140 for the loss of 8 wickets. 19 overs gone. We come to the last over. Manidhar once again in charge of operations. He opened the bowling from the pavilion end, and he's going to end the innings as well as he prepares to bowl to Sai Prasad on strike over there. Manidhar goes away from us from the pavilion and bowls, and Sai Prasad has lofted him. He could, yeah, no, it's dropped. The fielder got underneath it and dropped it. They went for 2 and they take the third run as well. An overthrow there from the deep, and the two of them, good running between the wickets. Scamper away for 3 runs. 143 for 8. Raghu on 5. Sai Prasad on 5. Manidhar for the second time in the zone. His guard. Well spread out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the off. 6 on the off, in fact. Short pitch delivery being patted away towards the long on region. The ball goes straight to Lakshmikant. The return comes very swiftly, but the two of them go for a single. There's no second run in the offing. No overthrows either, as Lakshmikant sends the ball straight into the gloves of the wicketkeeper Naveen. 144 for 8. The total. Money there once again. Short pitch delivery, and Sai Prasad lunges into it and just slams it away to the long off, over the long off fence for 6 runs. So they certainly reach a total of 150. 150 for 8. Telangana. So Telangana eventually reaching the 150 figure, with Manidhar now preparing to send down his next delivery from the pavilion end. In he goes and bowls. And off the run out, the bowler dropped the ball, but he had the bails off in a flash, and Raghu was out of his crease. He's run out over there. What would you call it? A brace, mankading or ashwining? What do you call this?
There's a very unfortunate way the batsman has to walk back to the pavilion, but it is allowed. It's a very fair thing which has happened, but can't say anything much about that dismissal, I should tell you. I mean, I've been run out once in a similar manner in the first over of a T20 game, an important game, and I know the disgusting feeling of getting out in that similar manner. It is a very bad feeling as a batsman.
Okay. So, an unfortunate dismissal at a time when Telangana. Sai Prasad awaiting the next delivery from Manidhar. The last wicket for Telangana out there. Manidhar bowling the 4th delivery, and this has been chopped away uppishly past the cover point region there. And he's out. Sai Prasad wanting a third one, and no question of a third run over there. And the return came swiftly into the hands of the wicketkeeper, who had the bails off in a flash. And that's the end of the Telangana innings. 150 the total after struggling a little in the middle overs. 150 the total. So Andhra having to score 151 to win this game. We'll be back with you after a short break.
ಇವೇನಾ ಆಯ್ತಮ್ಮ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೆ ಟವರ್ ಟವರ್ ಹಿಡಿತಾರೆ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcoming you once again to the Samprasiddhi Sports Stadio here in Bengaluru. But Andhra chasing 151 for victory against Telangana. Prepared to go after it. Anvesh Reddy in charge of operations from the far end, and facing him
who is opening
first delivery outside the leg stump, way outside, in fact. Wide, says the umpire. So the Andhra total opening its account with an extra, a wide. Kurti, the opener. Anvesh Reddy this time outside the leg stump once again. Almost a similar delivery. Again, the umpire signals wide. So two deliveries, two wides. Kurti watching it all the way, not trying to offer a stroke to it. Nevertheless, 2 runs to the total. Telangana managed a total of 150 with the dismissal in the last ball. The rollout. Good stumping over there. Yet they managed to post a total of 150, something which was not thought possible at one point of time, especially when 14 overs were gone. But some lusty hitting by their tailenders saw them manage to post 150 on the board. So Andhra chasing 150 for victory, or 3 for no loss. This one outside the off stump, and yes, Sri Krishna goes for a square drive outside the off stump. The ball takes an edge and lodges into the hands of Anjan, I think, there. And Anvesh Reddy striking a very vital blow, sending back Sri Krishna in the very first over. So this is the 4th delivery of the over. And Andhra have already lost a wicket, 3 for the loss of 1 wicket. Siddharth, the wicketkeeper who held the catch. So, a very crucial wicket for Telangana with Sri Krishna capable of some lusty hitting. And that brings the captain, Kranti Kumar, onto the wicket. Another big hitter, always an entertainer when he's at the wicket, looking for the big shots almost every delivery. And let's see what he has got on offer at this moment. As he takes guard, looks around at the field. 3, 4, 5, 6 on the offside, 3 on the on, long on, mid wicket, and a short fine leg. And there it is, the ball hitting his pads and lobbing into the vacant region over there. But before Anjan could come and pick it up and throw it, they have time enough to go through for a single. One more run to the total, moving up to 4 for the loss of 1 wicket. Kurti on strike here with Anvesh Reddy, left arm round the wicket, comes in and bowls outside the leg stump once again and again. The signal from the umpire for wide. Anvesh not able to control the line and length, especially around the leg stump. He's been straying down the leg side, given away 4 wides in the over. And let's see what he produces here. This time outside the off stump has been cut away. Kurti slashed at it outside the off stump. Ball took the bottom edge of the bat and just raced away to the third man fence for 4 runs. Long over here for Anvesh Reddy. One more ball, I think, remaining in this over. 9 for 1, the total. Kurti on strike here. Again, outside the off stump, a good length delivery, rising after pitching. Kurti going for the square drive, fails to make contact, bitten by the bounce of the ball, and the wicketkeeper Siddharth collects. Kurti on strike here, facing Anvesh Reddy. One more delivery left as a result of that wide call. This time outside the leg stump again, and again a wide declared by the umpire. So I think there's a 5th wide. He's bowling an absolutely a full over extra here. Not a wide, not a wide. The umpire recalling his earlier decision. That's the end of the over. So after the end of the first over, the total 9 for 1. Kurti on 5. Kranti Kumar had just come in at the fall of Sri Krishna's wicket. Is on 1 as he takes strike to, I think, operate from the pavilion end. Not a very long run up. Anjan marking his run up there. Six fielders in an arc from the gully, a deep third man point, cover, extra cover, mid off. Anjan gets ready to send down the first delivery from the far end. A sharp delivery, well pitched up to Kranti Kumar. Kranti didn't know much about it, beaten by the pace of that ball. After pitching, hit high on the pads. There's no question of anything over there. Nine for 1, the total. Andhra certainly have a good batting lineup, so 150 should be no problem as long as they stick around on the outside. This has been glided down on the leg side there. The wicketkeeper Siddharth dives to his left and takes the catch. A loud appeal by the fielders. Nothing doing, say, the umpires. Confident, but a loud appeal there by the fielders. After all, it's Kranti Kumar there, out at the wicket. At this time, there he is. That's why lofted shot towards long on, but only a single. The next delivery on the middle and leg, keeping low, and Kranti into it, lofting it towards the long on region. And before the fielder could come and take it, just one run. Did not connect properly, in fact. Did not carry through up to the boundary. Here comes Anjan. A faster delivery, a nice ball indeed. A bit short pitched. Rising high, and Prakurti goes up, nudges it down towards point. Picked up there and returned. Sai Prasad, the fielder. The ball back in the hands of Anjan. 10 for 1 the total. 2 more deliveries remaining in this over from Anjan. As he goes away from Anjan bowls. An off-pitch delivery, lofted shot towards long off fence for 4 runs. There's no question of anything over there. So certainly Prakurti gaining confidence as a result of that stroke. Andhra moving up to 14 for the loss of 1 wicket. Anjan again. Once again, a slightly over-pitch delivery, a faster one, and Prakurti offering a defensive bat to it. The ball just lobs in front of him inside his own crease. That's the end of the over. So after 2 overs, Andhra are 14 for 1. Let's see who's going to continue operations from the far end. The Samprasiddhi Sports Stadio end or the Haj Bhavan end. It's going to be Anvesh Reddy, the left arm medium pacer, who picked up that crucial wicket of Sri Krishna in the first over. Of course, he strayed a lot, almost gave away 4 wides in that over, contributing to the Andhra total quite liberally. And that too, to start with in the very first over. Let's see how much of control he can exercise in this over as he comes in and bowls to Kranti Kumar, and Kranti Kumar into it and drives past the mid-wicket region for 4 runs. The ball keeping low on the middle and leg stump. Kranti Kumar accepting the invitation and just going for it. This man can impart a lot of power, and if he times his strokes well, there's no chance for any of the fielders to stop it as it raced away to the boundary. 18 for 1 the total for Andhra as they chase 151 to win this plate finale. In comes Anvesh Reddy, well pitched up, and once again a lofted shot, this time almost to the same mid-wicket region for another boundary. So Kranti Kumar getting into the mood once again. Certainly must have been disappointed that Sri Krishna was out quite early. So Anvesh being punished for 2 boundaries of successive deliveries. Let's see what Kranti has up his sleeve for the 3rd one. Here it comes, and again slightly over-pitched and plucked away off his pads, and that's going to be 4. Yes, past the square leg umpire. The ball hitting the outrage of the bat. Did not time it well, but nevertheless, the ball raced away to the fence for 4 runs. So, 3 deliveries and 3 boundaries. 26 for 1 the total. Anvesh Reddy, after conceding those wides, this time conceding boundaries, comes in and bowls. Outside the leg stump again, straying down and wide. Called by the umpire, the first wide of this over. The first wide of this over. He turns around and bowls again. Over pitched and this has been lofted. And he's out. Yes. A long run up there for Sai Prasad, I think that was. And he just ensured that he held the catch. A very, very important wicket here for Telangana as skipper Kranti Kumar was just opening out. Went for the big one there. Did not impart much power to that. And of course, a very good catch there by Sai Prasad. I think that is, yes. He ran a good to his left and made no mistake at all. So, Andhra losing a very, very crucial wicket. 27 for the loss of 2 wickets. Chandrasekhar Reddy, another big hitter. Quite a tall and burly figure. Going up to join Pakurti, the opener. Still around over there. So the Andhra innings having an ebb and flow. Some good strokes, good runs, and of course 2 crucial wickets that they have lost. That of Sri Krishna and more importantly the skipper Kranti Kumar. Anvesh striking a second blow. He had Sri Krishna earlier on and now he's taken the prize wicket of the Andhra captain Kranti Kumar. Despite not being able to control his deliveries outside the leg stump and bowling a number of wides, Anvesh has managed to pick up 2 crucial wickets. As he comes in and bowls from the far end, stops midway through, not happy with his run-up. The batsman too walks out of his crease, settles down again. And this time all is well as Anvesh comes in and bowls and almost an attempt to york the batsman outside the off stump. Chandrasekhar goes for the drive, fails to make contact, but the ball missing the stumps into the hands of the wicketkeeper Siddharth. So Chandrasekhar a bit lucky over there that the ball was not on the wickets. Anvesh Reddy again. And this has been pulled away and he's out. Looks like yes. Chandrasekhar flicked it off his toes and Anjan at backward of square jumped up and ensured that he held the catch. So Andhra in a way in deep trouble, I should say, chasing 151, have already lost 3 of their top order with only 27 runs on the board. 3 overs gone, 27 for 3, the Andhra total. Chasing as they are, as I told you, 151 for victory. So Telangana, despite not doing very much with the bat, striking some lead blows to put up a decent total, have more than compensated with some very good bowling and fielding out here. And all the 3 wickets coming Anvesh Reddy's way. So Anvesh Reddy striking vital blows over here. having the wickets of all the top three batters for Andhra, Sri Krishna, Kanti Kumar and Chandrasekhar Reddy. Naveen, the wicket keeper, going to join his partner at the wicket. And let's see what Naveen can do to make sure that Andhra make a fight of it. "27 for 3. That was the end of the over. So Naveen had been on striker's end. Anjan continuing operations from the pavilion end. Anjan again comes in and bowls outside the leg stump. An attempt by Pakurti to turn it around of his pads, but doesn't make contact. The ball hastening up after pitching. Siddharth doing a good job for his team behind the wickets. Goes to his left. Goes away and bowls outside the leg stump, off stump rather. Pakurti rises to his full height and pushes it down towards point over there. Picked up there by Sai Prasad and returned back. No addition to the total. Wide arm over. Comes in and bowls. A well pitched up delivery. Wrapped on the pads. The ball perhaps on the just a shade outside the leg stump or so. Nothing doing, says the umpire. Kurti very much there. Of course, seems to be a short pitch delivery. And the ball rising above the shoulder height gets a first warning. Nevertheless, the ball in the hands of the wicket keeper. "30 for 3, the total. Anjan bowls. Another short pitch delivery pushed away towards the point region, but before Sai Prasad could come in and throw it to the wicket keeper, they go through for a single. A very good runner, Naveen. 31 for the loss of 3 wickets. The total after 4 overs. Kurti on 11. Vasupalli Naveen on 1. He did a good job behind the sticks. And Anvesh Reddy commencing a fresh over. From the far end. He comes in and bowls outside the off stump. The ball rising sharply after pitching. Pakurti flashing, missing. Siddharth takes the catch. A bit disappointed that the batsman did not get a touch. A bit disappointed that the batsman did not get a touch. Nevertheless, the ball back in the hands of Anvesh Reddy. Comes in and bowls a better length delivery this time as Pakurti goes forward to it, pushes it on the offside, picked up there by the tall Raghavendra at mid-off. "31 for 3 the total. We are into the 5th over. in the first power play of 6 overs. This time a better length delivery. Pakurti manages to put his bat out to it. It takes the outer edge and trickles down towards the point region. Picked up and fielded over there. Sai Kirth. No question of a run over there. Anvesh Reddy comes in and bowls. A good length delivery. Outside the off stump over there, but Pakurti not able to make much of it. Watching it into the gloves of the wicketkeeper. .31 for the loss of 3 wickets. 2 more deliveries to go in this over. This one outside the off stump. Wide call by the umpire. It runs down behind the wicketkeeper as well, beating him to it, and they cross over for a single as well. 33. 33 for 3. The Andhra total. Anvesh for the last time. 2 more deliveries remaining as a result of that wide earlier. And this time Naveen goes on one knee and punches it to the cover region. Picked up there and fielded by Raghavendra standing at mid-off. Between cover and mid-off over there. Anvesh Reddy fighted outside the leg stump, and again a wide call by the umpire. .34 for 3. The total 119 required of 91 deliveries for Andhra Pradesh. Anvesh Reddy seems to be bowling a lot of long overs. That's the end finally of this over as Andhra move up to 34 for the loss of 3 wickets. .153 to win. I beg your pardon, not 151 as I had mentioned earlier. 34 for 3 at the moment, with Anjan back in charge of the operations from the pavilion end. As he goes in and bowls a short pitch delivery up his drive over there, and Sai Prasad making a valiant effort to get to that one. The ball dropping just short of him diving at point over there. It would have been possibly the best catch of the tournament had he managed to pick it up. Unfortunately, fell short by a couple of inches. Anjan again. This time a faster delivery, better length, driven straight towards the mid-off region, picked up and fielded, returned back to the bowler. They go across for a single, bringing the total to 35 for the loss of 3 wickets. We are in the last of the first power play overs. Anjan again, this time outside the off stump, wide, says the umpire. The total going up to 36 for 3. 117 needed, 88 deliveries. Will Andhra be able to get to it? That's the question. After they lost some of their best batters at the top of the order. Sri Krishna, Kranti Kumar, Chandrasekhar Reddy all back in the pavilion. The 4th wicket pair of Prakriti who opened the innings and Naveen at the wicket. Slightly off-pitch delivery, and this is a lofted shot towards the mid-on region. Sai Keert just getting to it but not managing to hold on to it, and certainly not an easy chance, but nevertheless had he converted it, it would have been a brilliant effort. 1 run all the same to the total, moving up to 37 for the loss of 3 wickets. Naveen to Prakriti, comes in and bowls. Delivery driven, only a single. 38 for 3. Off-pitch delivery driven very nicely indeed. A very attractive drive, but nevertheless straight to the fielder. At mid-off, cuts it away. Only a single though. That shot deserved a little more than that single. Timed it very well and drove it all around the ground. Anjan moving away from Anjan bowls. A better length delivery pushed towards the vacant cover in mid-off region, short mid-off rather. And the bowler coming up to do his own fielding. The two of them cross over for a single. 40 for 3 at the end of the first power play of 6 overs. The Andhra total coming up to 40 for 3. And as they begin the 7th over, time for a change in commentators. Please come in, Mr. Ibris.
Thank you so much, sir. Very good afternoon to all our viewers here. This is the plate finale of the South India's Advocates Cricket Tournament. Match between Team Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Toss was won by the skipper of Team Telangana and elected to bat first. Put up a good total here, 152 on the board. Got bowled out in the 20th over. Andhra Pradesh now struggling a bit, 40 for 3 in the 6th over. The two batsmen batting out in the centre, Prakriti Suresh batting on 14 and Vasupalli Naveen batting on 3. Looks like there's going to be a change in the bowling here for the very first time. It is going to be Raghavendra Reddy who's going to be bowling from the Hajj Bhavan end. It's an interesting game here, match evenly poised here. It's an important task here for the batters to continue batting here, build a little partnership, just ensure that they don't get bogged down here. On the other hand, Team Telangana would be hoping to strike back again, get another couple of wickets here, and get in control of the game. The big finale. And a reminder to all our viewers, next game coming up is one of the big games of the league stages. It is going to be Team Karnataka facing the defending champions Team Tamil Nadu. The game is coming up live at 2 p.m. But back to this game, slashed hard, and he beats the fielder there, and that is a boundary, a welcome boundary here for Team Andhra Pradesh. Releases some sort of pressure. 44 for 3 in the 7th over. He played that quite well, was uppish, but in the gap, earned a boundary for himself. He spent quite a bit of time there, almost 4 overs that he's batted. 21 deliveries with 3 boundaries, batting on 18. He's got his eye in, just has to play along now, because Andhra Pradesh needs 109 runs in 83 deliveries remaining. It's going to be a tough task here, especially with the big guns, Sri Krishna and Kranti Kumar getting out. The biggest scalp they got is Sri Krishna, the man in form, getting out for a 0 of the very first delivery that he faced of Anvesh Reddy. So a lot of responsibility on the shoulders of these two batsmen, and still to come, Lakshmikant and Deva. We've seen them strike the ball hard, strike the ball long. Good delivery from Raghavendra Reddy. Very good comeback. Bowled in the right area there. Batsman caught in the corridor of uncertainty there. Neither forward, neither back. Another good delivery. Again, playing away from the body. He's got a boundary in the first ball of the over. He has to ensure that he gets the single and rotate the strike here. Allow themselves to release the pressure and continue with the running. Another good delivery. Another dot ball there. Pakurti Suresh, there's a lot of advice coming from the dugout of Team Andhra Pradesh. .44 for 3 in the 7th over. Didn't get the timing right. There's a bit of hesitation looking for the single, but in the end they don't go for it. Rightly so. Last ball of the over. It's a very good comeback from Raghavendra Reddy. Gave a boundary of the very first delivery, and after that 4 deliveries have been dot balls. Can he finish the over well is the question. Another good delivery to finish off the over. That is 5 dots in a row. That brings us to the end of over number 7. Team Andhra Pradesh 44 for the loss of 3 wickets. Looks like Saksham Gogia is the new bowler introduced into the attack for the very first time in this game. Saksham batted beautifully in the innings of Team Telangana, got his team off to a flying start. Unfortunately, could not carry on. Here he is, bowling from the pavilion end at the Samprasiddhi Sports Stadio. This is the second edition of the South India's Advocates Cricket Tournament. Starts off well, looking for the quick single which wasn't there, played it straight to the fielder and wanted the single, rightly sent back by the non-striker. Would have been a disaster if they would have gone ahead with that. They got to find a way to get some runs here. Team Andhra Pradesh pitched up delivery, played the mini helicopter shot there down to long on. We've seen him doing that in the previous game as well. Vasupalli Naveen, the wicket-keeper batsman from Andhra Pradesh. It's going to be a good contest here. It's an important phase of the game here. The reason why I say that, they've got the runs in the power play, but also lost wickets as well. Got to consolidate here. The next 5-6 overs. Try and rotate the strike and get back into the game. Oh, throw at the keeper. Throwing it back at the batsman there. I'm sure it's nothing serious. He's calling for the physio. He's calling for the 12th man. I hope it's nothing too serious here. .46 for 3 in the 8th over. As we watch the replay here. Played that and the keeper gathering the ball and trying to throw at the stumps. Realized that there's a fielder coming around. It seems fine now. Batsman will continue. Vasupalli Naveen. It was a nasty throw there. Getting hit just under the head, around the neck and upper back. But he seems fine now. The game will continue. And he will continue to bat. The skipper of Team Telangana would be hoping for a wicket, courtesy Saksham Gogia. Bowling the leg spinners. He's got the field widespread here. Watching his fielders on the boundary line. He's got the fielder at deep square leg, deep mid wicket, long on, long off, and deep extra cover fielder as well for those big hits, for those boundary shots. Just has to ensure that bowls the right line and length here. Again, a good delivery, pushed up delivery. Vasupalli Naveen trying another helicopter shot, this time getting a leading edge. No run on that occasion. They got a better grip in the innings here. Team Telangana picked up 3 important wickets and also bowling tightly. They're not allowing the batsman to settle down. They're not allowing the batsman to get the big hits here. They've got a better control of this game. Every over getting a couple of dot balls, if not more. Andhra Pradesh still require 1 of 6 of 73 deliveries. One ball remaining in this over. Prakriti Suresh been there for quite some time. Guided that towards a point. No run there. And with that dot ball, that brings us to the end of over number 8. Team Andhra Pradesh 47 for the loss of 3 wickets. The 2 batsmen out there in the centre, Prakriti Suresh batting on 19 of 28 and Vasupalli Naveen batting on 5 of 9 deliveries. Played it uppishly there. Coming back for the second throw at the bowler's end and making it quite comfortably. That's a good shot there. Suddenly there seemed to be a little bit of an intent there from the batters. I've been joined with Mr. Meki here in the commentary box for this game against Team Telangana versus Team Andhra Pradesh. First of all, welcome you to the commentary box, Mr. Meki. Talking about the playing conditions here at the stadium. You're here for the first time at Sampasidhi Sports Stadium. Your views on this ground and the facility?
A very good afternoon to you, Braze, and good afternoon to all my viewers across the state and the country who's watching this game. Well, it's been a very hot and humid conditions out here in Bangalore, and I see a lot of hard work putting by the batsmen here, chasing a total. And yeah, it's been a beautiful ground. One of the best apparently in Bangalore. And I was told that this is a track which produces a lot of runs, surprisingly.
Absolutely right. Some of the games we've watched here, one of the team, Team Karnataka yesterday scoring 222 runs, and another game, one of the teams scored 200 odd runs. So it's been a batsman-friendly wicket here, and the outfield as well has been electric.
Fantastic. Nice to hear that, Ibrahim. And yeah, the conditions are perfect for a tough day of cricket. And I was told about the next game, which is to be played between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, defending champions, and that should be a cracker of a contest as well.
Absolutely right. You called it right, Mr. Meki. The game coming up is what everybody is waiting for. It's the defending champions, Tamil Nadu, taking on Karnataka, a strong Karnataka team, who's in good form as well. We've seen the first century from the Karnataka batsman Manu yesterday. What a knock it was. So they're on a high, Karnataka.
Well, best wishes to both the teams. I'm sure that defending champions will not easily throw away the towel, and I'm sure they're going to fight very hard. And Karnataka has been doing well in domestic circuits, and I'm sure it's going to be a brilliant cricket to watch from both the teams here.
That has been cut away in the gap. Should be a couple of runs. No. This time the batsman is tired. Not looking for the second run at all. The dugout is not happy with that. They want the runs to be flowing here. Want the batters to gain control of this game here. It is a good contest going on here between ball and bat. 55 for 3. 1 ball remaining in this over of Raghavendra Reddy. And that is a wicket against all odds here. Vasupalli Naveen walking across the stumps there and trying to play that on the onside. Struck on the pads, and the dreaded finger is up. That is wicket number 4 going down for Team Andhra Pradesh, and that is not good news. Vasupalli Naveen taking the long walk back to the pavilion. It is 55 for 4 after the completion of 9 overs. Team Andhra Pradesh still require 98 in 66 deliveries.
Thank you so much, sir.
Saksham Gogoi to continue. 55 for 4, 9 overs gone. This is the 10th over, closing in on the halfway stage here. Very well bowled. Batsman trying to be cheeky there. Doesn't get it as he would have liked it, but they come back for the second run. We'll wait for the umpire's signal. If it's, yes, it is leg byes. Nonetheless, runs on the board for Team Andhra Pradesh. They're struggling here today. I can understand that they're playing 4 games in a row in the matter of 4 days here. The body is not as fit as in the younger days. 96 needed of 65 deliveries. Flighted delivery, that is struck in the air. It's going to fall short of the fielders. Well, it's just going to be a single there. A lucky break here for the batter. Try to play the slog sweep. Got a top edge and the ball fell in no man's land there. Good delivery, very well played. Giving the due respect to the ball. A dot ball there. But looking at the game here, the shoulders are down. The energy of the Team Andhra Pradesh is down right now. They're going to be trying to understand how they're going to come back in the game. They've got to reassess their team plans here. Closing in on the halfway mark. Still require 95 runs and 62 deliveries. They've not been able to break through here. They've not been able to get the boundaries and sixes at will. It's been a tough innings for them. And on the other hand, it's good bowling performance from the bowlers from Team Telangana. They've been switched on today. It's quite a difficult task to hit the boundaries and sixes for a leggy, Mr. Mackey.
Indeed, it has been. I've been watching this game quite closely now, and the batsmen trying to heave at everything. So they should be trying to consolidate the position by taking quick singles, and of course, the 4s and 6s will certainly come. But the focus should be now on, keep the scoreboard moving on.
Rightly said that, when you're not getting the big hits, you try and get the singles, try and rotate the strike and get the momentum going on here.
Absolutely, yes.
Team Andhra Pradesh 59 for 4 after the completion of 10 overs. Still require 94 runs in 10 overs at the run rate of 9.4. No brainer here. At some point of time, they have to take the risk here. They have to get in the big shots. They still have the batting. They still have Lakshmikant and Devanand, the big hitters, in the dugout, waiting for their opportunity. And keeping that in mind, Telangana can't take this easy. Can't be casual about it, even though they're on a good position now, 59 for 4. Raghavendra ready to continue. Oh, brilliant piece of fielding. Excellent fielding there. The bowler in his run up, the kind of effort you put in, lift the spirit of the game, lift your teammates' spirit as well. Oh, that is struck beautifully away from the fielder at short mid-wicket, and that races to the boundary. An important boundary here, an important shot at the right time. Looks like, Mickey, they're going to press the pedal now, try and get some big hits coming along, especially targeting the shorter boundary on the leg side.
Well, do they have any options left anymore? They have to, I reckon, yeah. A few big ones, yeah, a few big hits, I'm sure they'll be back in the game.
Absolutely right. You got to believe in yourself. You got to understand that 2 or 3 big overs can get you closer to the target and reduce the required run rate. they also have to understand that which bowler you're going to be targeting. It's difficult to hit the leg spinner with a long boundary on the leg side. It's a lot easier to strike the bigger hits of the bowling of Raghavendra Reddy. As we speak, another cracking shot there. Boundary towards the point region. Back-to-back boundaries here. That's what I'm talking about. You've got to be able to target the bowlers who don't have much of variations, who are not going to trouble you with either pace or subtle variations. Raghavendra Reddy, slow medium pace. The protection that he has on the deep is on the yawn side with deep square leg, deep mid wicket, and long gone on the shorter end of the ground. You can get another big hit of this over. They'd be relieved with the way things have gone in this over. Trying for another big hit. A polite appeal there, not out, says the umpire. Through at the bowler's end. Oh, casual bit of running there. Unfortunately for the bowler, he couldn't collect the ball cleanly. Again, talking about playing in the big finale, under pressure, chasing 152 on a final day is as good as the 25 runs extra.
Absolutely, I completely agree. But looking at this big game, 150 should be a formidable total.
That is an excellent shot on the rise. Hit it over extra cover for a sixer. That is what I was talking about. They got a couple of boundaries in the over, and getting a sixer of it is icing on the cake. Shows how good the pitch is, Mickey.
Indeed it does, yes. The ball is coming out of the bat quite easily. And all they have to do was stay focused and, going for the big hits. And it's time that they need to really...
Oh, another fantastic hit.
Good one.
Another wonderful hit there. Short pitch delivery on the hips. He pulled that away to perfection towards the commentary box for another massive sixer. 2 sixes and 2 fours in this over. 20 plus runs of this over makes a lot of difference here. Suddenly Andhra Pradesh 74 runs needed in 9 overs. So the game is in their reach now. 11 gone, Team Andhra Pradesh 79 for the loss of 4 wickets here. For the next 4 overs is going to be Mr. Shri along with Mr. Mekki in the commentary box. $79 for 4 after 11 overs.
Thank you, Breeze. So, Satish stepping up the pace here for Andhra in that chase of 153, striking some deadly blows, 6s and 4s coming off his blade, and it's going to be Saksham to operate from the pavilion end. Signal there down towards along on. I think the opener Pakurti visibly tired, not going for the second run over there. 73 runs needed by Andhra. In comes Saksham, an off-pitch delivery attempt by the batsman to hoist it away, but the ball rising high towards extra cover. No fielder there. Saikir was unable to get to it, and the two of them cross over for a single. That brings the total on to 81 for the loss of 4 wickets. 72 needed from 52 deliveries. Can Andhra make it? There it is. Push down the point region. No question of a run over there. Saksham now to Satish, and this has been picked up and lofted towards long off. The ball goes straight to Sai Prasad there, but he can't prevent the two of them from crossing over for 2 runs. That brings the total to 81 for 4. 71 needed from 50 deliveries. 82 for 4. An pitch delivery, and this is just over the head of Saikir. And the covers there, extra cover region, and he tried to jump up and hold it, but was unable to do so. The ball eluding him by a couple of inches. Nevertheless, a single in the process. 83 for 4, the Andhra total, as they try to reach the total of 153 required to win this match. Another lofted shot over there. 4 runs to the extra cover boundary. That's the end of the 12th over. After 12 overs, the Andhra total reading 87 for the loss of 4 wickets. "66 runs needed from 48 deliveries." What do you think, Mr. Mackey? Achievable?
Well, that's at the moment, yes. I think a few more big hits, and I'm sure they should be able to at least contest quite, interestingly. But at the moment, it seems like what they require is a few good batsmen who can stay and score the big ones.
Rightly said. And let's see what Andhra can do to get nearer and nearer to this total that they require. Satish surely on fire, trying to make up for the wickets of his earlier batters. There looks to be a bowling change at the far end, the Samprasidhi Sports Stadio end or the Haj Bhavan end. And let's see what Sai Prasad has to offer to Satish. The field being spread out. Most of the fielders on the ropes and quite naturally waiting for those big hits, miscued shots to lap them up. Let's see what Satish is going to do as he takes guard and prepares to face the first delivery from Sai Prasad from the far end. Comes in and bowls, right arm, short pitch delivery outside the leg stump, an attempt by Satish to turn it away towards the square leg, fine leg region. Doesn't get hold of it properly. The ball hitting the back of his bat and lobbing towards the stumps over there, that side, or to the right side of the wicket keeper. Moves across quickly and does the fielding himself. This is all pitched and driven towards the long on region. A single there, which brings the opening batter, Prakriti, on strike here. Prakriti, surely a tired man, has been there for all the 12 overs that he has faced, that the team has faced rather. And as he faces Sai Prasad, this time he drives towards long off, only a single though, not much power in the stroke, and the ball goes straight to the fielder, but time enough for the two of them to cross over for a single. Sai Prasad this time to Satish. Pitched one, and he picks it up on the off volley and just slams it to the mid-wicket fence for 4 runs. So Satish surely upping up the tempo here. 89 for the loss of 4 wickets. as long as Satish can do that, surely Andhra would hope to achieve their target of 153. A very, very crucial partnership and progress here between Satish and Prakurti. Now, the captain Shashidhar bringing in a player to the mid-wicket region where Satish got that boundary. This time, the ball good delivery, keeping low, and Satish pushes it on the offside. Sai Prasad himself moving quickly to his left, does his own fielding. Satish marking his guard afresh over there as he settles down in his block hole. Sai Prasad comes in and bowls, and attempt by Satish to turn it away on the leg side behind the wicket keeper, and this could be a run out. No, Satish wasn't able to connect properly. The ball, he got a touch to it, and the ball raced away towards Sai Keert behind the wicket keeper, the fine leg area. A misunderstanding between the two batters, Satish and Prakurti. Satish wanting a second run, Prakurti sending him back, and by the time the throw had come, luckily for him, Prakurti was in his crease. The two of them having a chat over there in mid-wicket to make sure that there's no further misunderstanding in the running between the wickets. The score at the moment, 94 for the loss of 4 wickets.
Indeed, 94 for 4 and 13 overs, 59 runs needed and 42 deliveries. They've gained a little bit of momentum here, courtesy Satish striking. Got 2 sixes in the over of Raghavendra Reddy. Got 2 sixes and 2 boundaries. That has resulted in the required run rate coming down. Mr. Sri, still to come Lakshmikant and Devanand. We've watched them hit quite well here at this ground against some of the top oppositions. It's a good setup here for them. It's a good platform for them to go ahead and complete this game in favor of Andhra Pradesh. What do you say about that?
Surely, Breeze, Satish has been doing a great job for his team. Of course, Prakurti has managed to keep his end up for all these overs, and he's content to allow Satish to do all the attacking, and that's certainly a good tactic over there. And here it is once again, cut away past the point fielder for 4 runs.
What a strike that was. Sharp pitch delivery outside off stump. Held his composure there, held his balance, and punched off the back foot between the two fielders there for a boundary. A welcome boundary here. Suddenly you can see the intent very clear. Satish is the man who's going to go for the big hits, and the other batter is just going to give him strike, Prakurti Suresh. But I feel batters at both ends need to try and get some big hits here. Bowled it slightly slower, very good delivery. Enticed the batsman to come forward. He held himself back in the crease and just played it softly. No run there. I feel there's another big shot in this over. Oh, what is that? Short pitch delivery outside off stump. Batsman misses. So does the keeper. It is a wide delivery. An extra run plus they get an additional run as well. 2 runs added to the total. You've got to be careful here. With that 2 runs, 100 up on the board for team Telangana. In fact, Andhra Pradesh 100 for 4 in the 14th over. The equation now is 53 needed of 40 deliveries. Oh, good delivery. This time Prakurti not able to connect well. I don't know what's the message which has been sent to him. They still have Lakshmikant and Devanand yet to bat. It's getting easier here for Andhra Pradesh. Another short pitch delivery, struck it well, and there's a fielder coming around it, does a very good job at the boundary line. Restrict the batsman for a couple of runs there. This bowling is not going to help Team Telangana restrict the opposition here. They have to bowl much better. We've seen so many loose deliveries in the last 3 or 4 overs, which have resulted in the batsmen striking the big hits. 51 of 38 deliveries. Another short pitch delivery, this time hits it in the gap. There's a fielder running across. He's only going to retrieve the ball from the boundary line. Welcome boundary there. Very poor bowling from Nagendra. The complete over has been a very poor effort of bowling here. 12 runs conceded of the over so far. 106 for 4, 47 needed of 37 deliveries. The match definitely in favour of Andhra Pradesh. 2 good overs in this innings here, and things have turned around here for Team Telangana. They're looking down the barrel here. Mr. Sri, talking about this game here, how things have changed in the last few overs.
Surely, Ibris, and the man who's done it is Satish, with some lusty hitting as he pulls his team across the line. Let's see how much he can do more to achieve that eventually. This has been driven towards the cover before the ball, the throw comes in, an overthrow as well. So 2 runs to the total. They're getting a gifted run at a very, very crucial juncture. Certainly Andhra getting back into the game, something which was not possible earlier on when they lost wickets in a row, and that too of their best batters in the top order. But Satish has come and changed the complexion completely of this game. (32 of 19 deliveries), that's his total. And the opener, Kurti, has scored 40 of 42 deliveries, playing the sheet anchor role, no doubt about it. Can tend to take the singles and twos, rotate the strike. Of course, there's been some misunderstanding between, as far as running between the wickets is concerned. But nevertheless, they've managed to ensure that they get back into their creases, and except for some tense moments, they haven't lost their wickets. Let's see how much Telangana can do to once again get back into the game. It will be interesting to see what kind of bowling changes their captain Shashidhar is going to adopt in an effort to do that. I think it's going to be Raghvendra Sai Prasad once again, operating from the far end. (45 from 36). That's the equation. 108 for 4. The Andhra total. Satish on strike. Sai Prasad, the bowler, operating from the far end. The Samprasiddhi both the stereo end or the Hajj Bhavan end. As he comes in and bowls an open delivery, and this has been just swung away into the vacant square leg region for a boundary. A superb shot. He picked it up on the rise and just slammed it away. There's no fielder over here. Brilliant shot there by Satish. Completely changed the complexion of the game with some tremendous hitting over here at the Samprasiddhi Sports Stadium. The temperature is rising. Is also in the Telangana dressing room, where they see their team in a. This is a once again dispatched over the head of the car fielder for 4 runs. The second boundary struck by Satish. The total now 116 for 4. 116 for 4. Satish moving up to 40 from 21. Both the batters over there on 40. Of course, Pakurti opened the innings and this has been cut away towards the deep point region. There's a fielder there. Only a single. Anvesh Reddy retrieving the ball over there. Throwing it. But can't prevent that single though, which brings Pakurti on strike. Sai Prasad again, and Pakurti lofts it over the head of the fielders over there, and that's going to be 4. A long time this shot was coming from Pakurti as he played the ball on the rise and just scooped it away for 4 runs. Very well timed shot, this one. The total goes up to 121 for the loss of 4 wickets. Pakurti going up to 44. Both the players 121 for 4. .32 needed of 32 balls. So they've come down to a run-a-ball equation. Satish in the main responsible for lowering it. This one outside the off stump, pushed away into the covers there. Pakurti wanting a single, but the ball goes straight to Raghavendra Reddy over there, who picks it up and returns to the wicketkeeper Siddharth. No question of a run. Satish rightly sending Pakurti back to his crease. Sai Prasad again, and this has been driven too long on. Pakurti unable to get hold of it properly. Nevertheless, the ball running away for a single. That's the end of the over. 31 runs needed in the final 5 overs. So that's the equation. 122 for 4. The total. Satish on 41, Pakurti on 45. Both of them building up a very, very big stand over here and taking their team closer and closer to victory. 5 overs to go, 31 runs needed. Looks like there's a bowling change at the pavilion end. Anjan being pressed back into the attack. Let's see what kind of an effort Anjan can put in to bring his team back into the game. Surely the game slowly wending Andhra's way. 31 needed of 30 deliveries. 15 overs gone as Anjan starts a fresh over from the pavilion end. Comes in and bowls raw pitch delivery, and this has been lofted high there, but past the long off fielder, and 4 runs to Pakurti, who's now on 49. 49 from 40 deliveries. Pakurti needs a single to get to his individual 50. 126 for the loss of 4 wickets. (27) needed from 29 deliveries. The equation coming further down. Anjan goes away from us and bowls. Full toss. This has been slammed an up his shot past the point fielder there. He gets a single and that's his 50. Pakurti getting to his individual 50, taking Andhra on to 127 for the loss of 4 wickets. Satish going across to congratulate his partner. He himself is on 41. Both of them doing a splendid job for their team. And this has been outside the off stump and another boundary there. Satish latches onto it, gets a top edge. The ball lobs over the heads of the fielders, but there's nobody to cut it off. And another boundary there. 131 for the loss of 4 wickets. Surely the two of them putting on 76 glorious runs for Andhra. A tremendous partnership built up by Satish and Pakurti. "69 deliveries, 76 runs." And this has been slashed outside the off stump. Past the point fielder there. It's backward of point and a man on the fence. But nevertheless, the two of them cross over for a single. That brings the total to 132 for 4. 21 needed from 26 deliveries. And here is the next one, a lofted shot there from Pakurti, but there's no fielder in the cover, extra cover region. A single before Saksham could get to it and throw it to the wicket keeper. Andhra slowly but surely inching towards victory. 20 needed from the last 25 deliveries. The last ball of this over. A full toss and has been driven powerfully but straight to the fielder there. Sai Prakash, I think. Prasad rather. But a single nevertheless to the Andhra team. That's the end of the over, which also enables Satish to keep strike. 19 runs needed from the last 4 overs. 19 from 24. Yassi Breeze.
What a turnaround here from the batters of Team Andhra Pradesh. At one point they were looking at 10 runs and over, and now it's come down to 19 runs only. It's been a brilliant effort of batting from these two batsmen, especially Satish, the aggressor between the two batters, has done an excellent job here, compiling those big hits, getting those runs, making sure that the run rate is under control. And under the circumstances, what a knock from the other batter as well. Suresh scoring a half century in an all-important game here. This is the finale of this tournament, the plate finals. Tomorrow is the cup finals between Team Tamil Nadu versus Team Karnataka. We have a league game coming up next. The same teams, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, will be playing their final league game of this tournament. This is the second edition of the South India's Advocates Cricket Tournament, happening here at a beautiful location, Sampasidhi Sports Stadium. Mickey, what a turnaround here by these two batsmen. At one point of time they were looking at 10 runs and over, and now suddenly the run rate is just under 5 runs and over. And they've not lost a wicket. Partnership of almost 80 runs.
Well, brilliant cricket displayed out here, Replace, and I'm sure a few more big hits and they should be able to, quite easily pull off a victory from here. And cricket, as you all know, cricket is a game of fluctuating fortunes. Yeah. It's going to be a very, very tight contest now. Yeah.
They've introduced a new bowler, Raghu, into the attack now from the Haj Bhavan end. Trying to change things around here, try to get a wicket of Satish. and try to get back into this game here. Very difficult situation, but not impossible one. Back-to-back wides here from Raghu. Not helping their cause at all. But must acknowledge the Andhra Pradesh hard here right from the first game. Still remember the first game, the team Tamil Nadu. They lost the again. Team Karnataka put up a good total, 180 plus runs on the board, and losing a very close game where the sixer was hit of the last ball of the innings, where Karnataka batsmen scoring the sixer and taking them home. Another tough game against Sri Lanka. They played the third game of the tournament for them, and that game again they lost against Sri Lanka. And yesterday they had a comprehensive win against Telangana, and here again in this plate finals playing against the same opposition, Telangana, and they're getting the better of their opposition, and that will be called another wide, and 4 runs conceded. In fact, gets a little bit of a bat on that. Satish compiling a half century here, a very important knock here for his team. A fantastic batting performance from Satish here. Meki, 12 of 22. The game certainly in the hands of Team Andhra Pradesh.
Well, it's swinging dramatically, I can see over here. Yeah. And Satish has played a magnificent knock here. Under circumstances, they were all under pressure, but then a few big hits by Satish, who batted brilliantly. And, well, smelling victory now, Andhra.
Just 11 runs needed now. There was a good effort at the boundary line. Attempt of catch there. Just falling short of the fielder at long gone.
Well, I think I also feel that Hyderabad were Telangana were, too complacent on, situations out there. They had the situation under control, but they gave it up. And now it's all going to be Andhra from here.
Mickey talking about the big game coming up next. It is Tamil Nadu versus Karnataka. A healthy rivalry in every format of the game against these two teams, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu are the defending champions. Beat Karnataka in the final of the previous year. Oh, against the run of play, Satish tries to hit it hard, but hits it straight into the hands of the fielder at point. That is a partnership broken now. But I feel it's a little too late, Mickey.
Well, it was quite a soft dismissal, Ibris, and all of a sudden, Satish was so focused and playing well. It was a very soft dismissal, you see, and clearly lost sight. He should have played it down. It was pretty straightforward. Nothing. It's not a very, very dangerous delivery, but then, yeah, that's how these cricket, like I said, is a game of fluctuating fortunes now. Yeah. With regards to the big game coming up now, I see the young boys, the lads warming up here, and that should be a great contest. And like is rightly pointed out, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu have been rivalries for a long, long time now. Both great cricket playing states, produced great stars who went on to play for India as well. And I'm sure the next game would be a very interesting and very hard fought as well.
Must say these two states have been meeting each other in many formats, not just Ranji Trophy, but also in the Celebrity Cricket League and the junior formats of the game as well. And of course in the IPL, RCB versus Chennai Super Kings as well. There has been that competition, there has been that healthy rivalry between these two teams. And tomorrow is going to be the big day of this tournament, of the Advocates Cricket Tournament. It is Tamil Nadu versus Karnataka tomorrow, 11 a.m. the final.
There's Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, if you can see. I mean, I've been watching cricket for a very long time, and it goes from the days of Karnataka had some great bowlers, spinners. You had Prasanna, you had Chandrasekhar, And right from those days, there's been a very, very healthy rivalry. Whereas Tamil Nadu produced some great fast bowler, great spinners to Venkat Raghavan was one of them. Yeah. So there has been always a great contest between these two great cricket playing states.
Indeed.
They produced some very, very, very talented players who went on to play for the country as well for a
Indeed.
long time.
Indeed, Mickey rightly pointed out some of the big names, big stars of Indian cricket. And we certainly hope this rivalry continues for a long time, entertaining everybody and ensuring that the games that we see are tight games, nail biters. That's what we all come down for, good cricket to watch and to experience at the ground. Coming back to the game here, the plate finale, 1 run needed for Andhra Pradesh. Three overs remaining. 1 run needed. What a turnaround it has been. What a comprehensive win it is going to be for Team Andhra Pradesh. Going into bat, they were 3 down in the power play, and a match game-changing partnership between Satish and Suresh has put them in a situation where they just need 1 run to win here to lift the trophy of the plate cup. Correction, plate finale. Here we go. Hits it high, hits it hard, and that is the sixer, and that is the win for Team Andhra Pradesh. They win the plate finals there against Team Telangana. What an innings here from Suresh, and what a brilliant knock from Satish, bringing his team back into the game here, and it is the win for Team Andhra Pradesh. That brings us to the end of the plate final as we move on to the next game, which is Team Karnataka versus Team Tamil Nadu, coming up live in a short while. We're going to get to the toss in the next 5 minutes. Stay tuned here for live action. We'll be back soon. Check, check. Check, check. Check, check. Right, calling out for the skipper from Karnataka. Check, check.